In some ways, I think homebrewing is better than professional, but then again, it's hard to argue with this. I just had my first commercial brew day and I couldn't help but draw comparisons to homebrewing. One thing that was somewhat reassuring is the equipment I'm using at home is definitely a good stepping stone to this commercial equipment, and it felt pretty intuitive to operate. You're pumping wort around, moving hoses, connecting the chiller, and everything is 1.5-inch tri-clamps. I think this commercial kettle is steam heated with a separate boiler, but I'll have to learn more about how that works next time. Overall, the equipment seemed like it was from the same planet. You can even see there's a spike or maybe a Blickman tank in the corner there, and I think this points out an obvious difference, which is scale. That's a huge homebrew unitank and it looks tiny compared to the commercial tanks. But what you might not think about is that means everything else needs to scale up too. We're talking monster containers of sanitizer, an elevator to mash in the grain, augers in the mash tun, and 5-gallon buckets of hops. Everything is bigger and you have to be smart to overcome that. I noticed some of that homebrew creativity, rigging up solutions and overcoming equipment flaws, but some things can't be outsmarted. Getting the grain in isn't so bad, but getting the grain out, that takes some work. I think if I were maybe a little taller, it wouldn't be so bad. I don't know. I did like the idea of using it to feed the pigs. I'm also sure filling kegs would be pretty rough, even these little guys, but luckily we didn't get into that. I guess so far the kernel of knowledge I've discovered is
it's the same, but much bigger.
But one thing that stuck with me was this moment when Josh was showing me the brewery management system they use to track their beer. It's similar to Beersmith or Brewfather, but it's also used to track some of the sales side. Imagine finding out your least favorite beer outsells your prized recipe by 300%. Breweries have to make some really hard decisions. Are you making art or are you making money? That's a tough line to walk, and for now, I'm happy to be a home brewer with friends that are pro brewers. Big thanks to Adam from Cartridge Brewing for having us out, and guys, if you have questions about commercial brewing, hit us up in the comments and make sure you subscribe to Adam Makes Beer, where you'll get an inside look into the brewing industry. My name's Dan, this is Hops and Gnarly. Thanks for hanging out with me today. I'll see you again soon.